What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for strategy B with the ticker symbol MSTR. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So my goal for today is to show you guys what the market participants have been doing and where price is most likely headed next. So I'm back for my break, and thank you guys for all the wishes of enjoying my break. I did enjoy it, and I'm ready to be doing these videos for you guys. A couple of good things happened for MicroStrategy on my break. You can see that it did pump up in price from that low $300 level, which was expected. It was more likely to break out higher, and also they were able to purchase more Bitcoin, which we'll talk about very shortly. So let's go over the technicals first, and then we'll go over a couple other things. So again, we have a nice bullish trend line in play. You drag it from the lows across the swings. So we're above this bullish trend line, which is a good sign. And we did get back above that 310 level, which needed to happen. So that's also a good sign as well. This 310, 312 level was prior support right over here, here. Price broke down through it, came back up, found resistance, and then we went down to the 240 level, which was the measure move target, bounced, had a double bottom, and now price strongly broke through that level, gapped up through it, and we're finding minor resistance right now at the 340s, 330s. I'll show you guys why. And looks like we could be pulling back to maybe retest the 312 level once again for support. So again, it needs to hold that support. If it falls right through, that's not a good sign. It's not the end of the world. It's just not a good sign. I think there's two reasons why we're finding resistance currently right now, why we're seeing a red day so far. Well, if you take this swing, you drag it across this wick of the candle, you drag it across this wick of the candle, and you connect it to where we are right now, that's basically 4 touches. So we got 1, 2, 3 to confirm it, and now we're getting a little bit of resistance at this trend line as well. And if you duplicate it, if you clone it to the other side, it looks like it's a channel because that's exactly where price bounced. So it looks like there's a slight downward channel in play. Price is finding resistance off of that level. And I think the major reason why is because a measure move target was met. So we have one leg up right here, and then you clone the arrow, you bring it down to the bottom of the correction. That's exactly where the target was at the 341 level, and that's where price is finding resistance off of, right around this low 340 level. And again, let's see what happens. Price needs to stay above the 312 level on this pullback, which we're seeing right now. I think this could be a short trap. Generally, when price is getting rejected from a trend line, when price is moving up rapidly, it could just be a trap. For example, just like back over here in this bull rally right here, there were small red days, even red days for a few days, but eventually price was able to push through those resistance levels and take off. So for example, let's say you could draw a horizontal line across this high right here, and you can see that this was definitely resistance in the past, right over here and right over here. And then price came back to that same level once again. Look what happened. There was a small drop off of that level. There was a small drop, and then price immediately reversed higher. So I think that's what we're going to see now. Yes, we're seeing a little bit of take profit, some resistance, but I think it's going to be a short trap for price to continue rallying up because I believe the bottom is in. The correction is over. So I think any small little resistance like that most likely will be taken out. So I'm expecting, let me go ahead and remove that line. Expecting price to just be able to push through that level. Maybe today, maybe in a few days, as long as we don't drop too far towards the bottom, it's fine. 312 is fine. Even filling the gap at the 305 is fine as well. You just want to see price immediately reverse off that level. And it's even more bullish. We don't even trade there. So again, there's still a little bit more trading left in the day, but we're not going to do anything crazy most likely until probably tomorrow. So it doesn't really matter if I do it right now or in the market close. Most likely price is going to be above the 305 level and most likely below the $400 level. So just we'll go with that. So overall, that's basically what has happened. Price was expected to push up higher. Why? Because we were finding minor resistance at that 312 level last week. Price pushed up higher, and it looks like we're finding minor resistance now. Once again, these are traders who are short-term traders that are coming in and out every few days, maybe even intraday traders. short-term swing traders. So again, the market is full of different people. So you can have people who are trading and taking positions, getting out of positions intraday. You're gonna have traders getting in and out of positions every few days. You're gonna have traders getting in and out of positions every few weeks. You're gonna have traders getting in and out of positions every few months. You're gonna have traders, and so on every few years. So that's what the market is. So you're gonna have obviously some take profit here for short-term traders. It doesn't look alarming as of right now. Still looks natural. Still looks expected. And as long as we break through this trend line, the downward sloping trend line, I think the next level would be this one right over here, this prior peak right over here, right around the high 300s, low 400s is that next target if we can break through this bearish trend line. So I think we will, and that is the next target, and then the all-time high, and then my measure move targets, which I show you guys all the time. Another thing I want to show you guys, the Bitcoin treasuries map or the data. MicroStrategy leading at 506,137 Bitcoin. They finally broke that 500,000 barrier, which they were at just a week ago. So it looks very good now. We're still in the lead by a very, very large margin. No one is pretty much catching up unless some big company like Apple or Meta or Google or Microsoft starts buying an exponential amount. Highly doubt it. They're not going to do that, most likely. It's just not in their benefit to do it. There's no reason to do it. So MicroStrategy has the need to do it, so they do it. And now they're basically going to be dominating practically every company that puts Bitcoin on the balance sheet. And we're going to see new companies arrive. I think this was a new one right here. They added more. KULR Technology Group added more. KR Bitmax added more. So these updates right here are people adding more. This looks like a new one right here. Someone bought 10.29 ICG. So, and even GameStop said they were planning on buying Bitcoin. They didn't buy it yet, but they're planning on buying it based on their earnings report form, their paper, earnings release. So there's going to be a new kid on the block, and Mara Holdings might have some competition if GME does convert some of the cash into Bitcoin. I think they can catapult into the top 10 depending on how much they purchase. So let's take a look at MicroStrategy. Bitcoin count, 506,137, and purchases so far 6,911 back on 324, which was I think this Monday. And then 317 was last week, Monday. So I don't think they're going to buy any more this month. 31st is, I believe, Monday. So I don't think they're going to be buying any more for the rest of the month. They can, but I doubt it. I think April, they'll probably continue purchasing more Bitcoin. So let's go back to here. And last chart to look at is the weekly chart for MicroStrategy. On the regular scaling, the linear, it looks pretty good. There's a little gap on the weekly, but all gaps are not going to be filled. So maybe price will not come back to fill in this gap until later. But if it does, it's right at that 302 level. And let's take a look at the log scale. Log scale looking pretty good still, above this bullish trend line, as you can see here. And then we came back to the second angle of attack, which is right over here. So this tells me that we're still pretty early in this cycle, this bull market. Generally, if price was going to top, it would break the second trend line, go to the first trend line, break the first trend line, and just continue breaking these levels. So it would do something like this. But since we stopped at the second trend line with a hard bounce and with some measure move targets and play to the upside, I believe the rally is still new and it can still move up higher. So I'm looking for, in the short term, $400, $500, very short term, probably within the next couple of months. And then again, I'm looking for a longer term price target. So I'm looking for 1,500. So that's one leg up right here. This is going to be the second leg up. That's right around 1,500. And then you can look at this target right here. That's one large leg up. Second leg up, right around 2,200. And then my longer term target, we'll take a look at that on the monthly. We go to the 2-month. There's a lot of candles. Here's a 2-month chart and $4,000. So one leg up right here. Drag this over. Same spot as the other arrows. and this was right around 4,200. I would just say $4,000, give or take a couple hundred at that point. And then those targets do make sense also because there is this channel in play. You drag off the swing lows, you drag this up to the highs, and it looks like we're forming a two-tiered channel. So this is the first channel, and since it looks like we broke out of it and we're staying outside of it, we could be making a wider channel. And if you do a wider channel, these targets do come into play um, and eventually. Maybe not this cycle, maybe not the $4,000 this cycle. I think we can, but if not, I think these other ones probably, 2,200, 2,300. It can get there. It just needs to move very quickly, like a blow off top, because this is I'll put a vertical line which marks the end of the year, which is right about here. This is January 2026. So we have, a good amount of time to get there. Let me move those arrows. So let's say we have the first, second angle, and so far this looks to be a good month or good 2 months. Um, March so far, and then possibly April. So let's say April gets it to 535, 550, and then you just go up every a couple hundred from that. I think we have the first angle, the second angle. Let's say we get the third angle from right now to the top to the end of the year. I mean, we can get there pretty quickly, depending on how bullish it wants to be. But yeah, there is definitely room to the upside towards the top of this channel, which I believe can be reached, coincides with the measurement target, and looks pretty good so far. So let's go back to the monthly. So far, so good for MicroStrategy. See what happens. I'll give you guys an update regardless. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.